Hi everybody, it's Rachel here from Rachthestamper.wordpress.com, and today I'm going to show you a really pretty card using the Helping Me Grow stamp set from Stampin' Up. What we're going to do is we're going to heat emboss the, I don't know what, I think that's the hyacinth? I don't know. It's an Easter flower. That's about all I can remember at the moment. We're going to heat emboss that in white, and we're going to color it in with some Wisteria Wonder and Garden Green, just using some. I'm not decided if I want to use sponges or daubers quite yet, but we'll figure that out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to just rub the Embossing Buddy over top of our sheet of Whisper White, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to ink up our flower with the Versamark ink pad. You do want to make sure you ink it up pretty nicely. And this does get kind of funky looking, but it still inks the same. So even if yours is nasty, don't get rid of it. It's fine. And I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go a little off to the side on this one because I think I'm gonna maybe put my sentiment on this side, and haven't decided if I'm either gonna use some buttons or some twine. Not 100% sure yet. Okay, and then I got my piece of scrap. Gonna just pour some white embossing powder over top of this. Okay, and then just give it a couple hard flicks on the back just to get the excess off. Okay. Alright, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just run our heat tool over it just to dry it. Sorry, this is a little bit noisy, but it goes pretty quick. I probably should have moved this out of the way first, but that's okay. So that's what it looks like. It's got, it may be a little difficult to see, but it's got a nice, you can kind of see that on there, the white sheen. You'll be able to see it much more once we color this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it onto another layer of Whisper White. So let me get this out of the way for a second. And then what I did is I opened my stamp pads and just squeezed them to create a pool. Sorry, I'm talking kind of quiet. To create a pool of ink that I'm going to pull from for both of these. So I'm going to start, I'll start with the sponges and see how I like it from there. So it's kind of just going to highlight around the flowers. It doesn't really need to be, really it just needs to be as dark as you like it to be. So it's completely up to your personal preference. Just give this one more good squeeze. And if you don't like the way this is, you could certainly fill it up with your re-inker. And if you also still don't like the way it is, it's just a little bit light for me, I'm going to just grab a Sponge Dauber and just fill it in just a little bit. My Wisteria Wonder needs a little bit more ink. And it's kind of creating just a little bit of a shadow effect around it. And you can kind of fade it out to the sides if you like to fill in the whole color of the card. And then we're going to do the same thing with the Garden Green, just for the edges of the stems. And I'm going to go out to the edges on this as well. Kind of almost gives that very watercolory, grassy look. Alright, and let me just go in and just a teeny bit more over here on the side with the Wisteria Wonder. Okay, and then one other thing, now I'm going to actually pull off of the ink pad. I'm going to go around the top with the sponge just to give it a very distinct edge. If you've watched me by now, you know there's not really much that I don't like to sponge. Okay. Alright, so then, let me see, hopefully my fingers are clean. Now I'm going to take the panel of Whisper White, put this down so I don't ruin the card base, and we're just going to, you can score this if you like, or otherwise just fold it in half, run over it with your bone folder, and we're going to just layer this on top. And I don't think I'm even going to do dimensionals. I think I'm just going to layer it directly. So I'm going to just grab some adhesive here. And layer this directly on to the Whisper White. And this is just a standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then the other thing I think I'm going to do, so what I found is, I was trying to find something a little bit different, and I don't know if these are even still orderable. I think some of the stuff is. So I thought a couple buttons would be cute, and I have the linen thread, which this will still be orderable, thank goodness, afterwards. So I thought what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this through, and we'll put this on the front. And you could have, if you liked, you could have run it through and hooked it onto there as well. But I'm going to just run mine through just as it is. If I can get that through there. Oh goodness, hold on. Let me trim this piece off a little bit. It's being stubborn. There we go. So run that through there. And you could do it, I mean, you could do it front ways, back ways. I just kind of have a little bit of something there. And what I'll do is I'm going to put this on with a dimensional. So I'm going to just trim this off just long enough that it pokes through the back. And I'm going to pop this up onto a dimensional. You could even put a little piece of white, like the 3/8 inch stitch satin ribbon on there. What I think I'm going to do is, so I'm going to go with a greeting from the same set. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go with thanks. And I'm going to punch that out with the word window punch, which is very sadly going away. But I'm sure they're going to come out with something else really great. I'm going to do this in Garden Green. Okay. Oops. So sorry, I forgot I didn't have it next to me. So go with that. Now this is going to be tight, but that's okay with me. If you don't like it, you could do a different punch as well. All right. And I'm going to just put this one flat on here, just right alongside it. No need for a dimensional for this. All right, so a very simple but very pretty card. Gives a lot of impact with the really dark color around the flowers. I really like that a lot. And I don't do embossing enough because it really does give a lot of pop, especially with the white color to this card. The other thing you could do if you wanted to is you could take your Wisteria Wonder marker and you could even kind of fill in a little bit near the center of the ones that have the actual blooms, just to give a little bit more of a pop to the center of the flower. And then what you'll do is you can just take, I don't even have a tissue in here. You could take something, you just rub your finger and it will actually rub the color off of the white. So then you'll have those little dark center spots. So it kind of gives like a little bit of something extra to it as well. You could certainly change the sentiment to any other thing you'd like. Also, Mother's Day would work great. Happy birthday. Very simple. Even a sympathy card. So I hope this gave you guys some ideas. If you have any questions, you can hit me at rachthestamper@gmail.com. Rachthestamper rachthestamper.wordpress.com is my blog. You can follow me on Pinterest at Rachthestamper. You can follow me on Periscope at GLFGRL11. I'll have all the information in the notes below the video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.